and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Tandy. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I don't know about you guys, but I have been obsessed with TikTok for maybe about like the last 3 months or so. The internet, aka TikTok, ruined dating. Now let's get into it. It says, when she blowing my phone up while I'm being dry, showing no interest. Insecure men, watch this. So yeah, this is a stitched video. Let's see what this person has to say.
That is not a flex, young man. I had to stop eating my food to do a little stitch for this one. Let me tell you this, okay? And this is to that young man as well as to the old men, the young women, old women, whoever out there who do this same kind of stuff. Let me tell you this, okay? That is giving insecure energy. That is giving unhealed energy, okay? What that tells me is that you probably had some early life trauma, whether it's mama, daddy, whoever, some key figure in your life made you work so hard for their affection and made you feel unloved. And so now you are playing out that same trauma in this way on other people. You feel in control when you are making other people have to work hard for your affection because someone made you feel out of control and feel unseen when they were not giving you theirs. Let me tell you this, baby, okay?
Wow, okay. Let's pause it right there for a moment. So far, let's unpack what he just said. He's talking about, you know, the gentleman before in the video who said she's blowing up my phone, but I'm acting as if I'm not interested. Why are we at our big ages playing these games? Why do men think that? Like, if you're a guy and you're watching this video, please comment down below, like, what is the thought process behind that, for lack of better words? Like, why is it that when you're pursuing someone, you know, trying to talk to somebody, whatever you want to call it, why is it that it's not okay or it's looked as like simping? If you show affection or show emotion towards somebody, like, isn't the whole point of us here now like getting to know each other so that way, you know, we can build a stronger connection? Like, I never understood men who act this way. You feel like you the prize? Like, is that what men think? Like, they think that they're the prize? I digress. Let's let this man continue speaking because we got a lot to unpack in these videos.
I feel bad for y'all who do this kind of stuff because the reality is this: you're not just wasting the time of these people who are reaching out to you, who are trying to be in your life, who probably think that you like them too. That's why they're putting energy into you, right? You're not just wasting their time, you're wasting your own time, because here's what I fear for y'all. Y'all gonna wake up one day when you are later in your years, your face ain't as cute as it used to be, body is a little saggy, and you're gonna realize that you missed out on plenty of opportunities for healthy relationships while you were playing out trauma over and over and over again. So I'm not gonna sit up here and make you look bad and say something terrible about you. I'm just gonna encourage you, go to therapy, get healing, and work on yourself so you can stop playing out this generational trauma that you are doing, putting it on to other people. You are now becoming the very villain who victimized you. Come on now, get some healing so you can actually be the kind of person who can be in a healthy relationship where you actually want to be connected with other people rather than continuing to run away from commitment every time someone tries to get close to you.
Had a lot to say. Comment down below what you guys think about that video and his talking point. I think is pretty much like cut and dry. It's just very weird to play with people's emotions. So if you like somebody, let them know. If you don't, let them know. You know, there's just no reason to waste anybody's time. Let's just communicate more. The lack of communication, I think, again, is a lot to blame for the internet, because the internet gives us information, you know, sensory overload to where we're literally spoon-fed people, content, ideas. So it makes it a lot harder to create genuine connections with other people. How many times have you guys, I know I've experienced this, but how many times have you guys, you know, been out with somebody and all they can do is just sit there and be in their phone like, hello, I'm right here. You know, like, what happened to the days when we would actually communicate with one another? Communication is dead. And I think a big reason why is because of the internet, because we have literally everything at our fingertips and everyone at our fingertips. So when people are in person and forced to actually, you know, speak and have normal conversation, they don't know how. It just creates this like lack of emotional awareness. And emotional awareness is something that is very important to me. I mean, I try to be emotionally aware, I know that, but there's another video in this compilation, so let's just go ahead and check it out because I think she'll be able to explain a little bit more than I can.
I had a little time today, so I will explain. So this is just like my definition, but to me, emotional intelligence is the ability to apply language to the things that you are feeling and process them in a way that minimizes self-destruction when you yourself are just processing your own feelings, and also minimizes dangerously projecting those feelings onto other people when you are communicating how you feel. Let's break this down even more. So that means when you're angry, when you're sad, when you're frustrated, when you're confused, whatever else, being able to recognize those feelings in yourself when you're processing them without overly being self-destructive in that process, and then also communicating those things to other people so that they can understand what you're feeling and why clearly.
Okay, let's stop her right there. That's what I was talking about with that emotional intelligence. It's easier said than done though, because I know for a lot of people, they have, trauma responses. So you may be an emotionally intelligent person, but a trauma response can just trigger you instantly to where you can't even articulate what it is that you're actually feeling. Because, again, trauma response, your entire being, body, mind shuts down. You just get triggered and it's like, oh, maybe I'm not as far along in my healing journey as I thought. But we all do need to become more emotionally intelligent though, because again, going back to that communication is everything. You have to be able to properly communicate with one another. There are billions of people in this world. If we cannot communicate with one another, how can we honestly truly coexist on this rock called planet Earth together? How do you feel about emotional intelligence? Do you feel like emotional intelligence is something that is just either you got it or you don't? Let me know in the comment down below. Let's finish watching this though.
And it also speaks to when you have positive feelings for somebody, when you like them, when you love them, when you want to spend time with them, when you want to express all the little ways and all the little things they do that you like. Emotional intelligence helps you put language to those things. Long story short, it is skills and basically a toolkit that gives you the freedom to fully exist within your own self, and then also gives the people around you freedom to exist with you too and feel safe around you.
Hello. Okay? Because people need to feel safe around you in order to be emotionally intimate with you. It's very nuanced, nuanced in the sense that we sit here and we expect for just things just to fall into place. It's love at first sight. We've been doing good, blase, but it's like, no, you have to communicate in order to get to that point. Our great grandparents, whoever, they communicated partly because they had no choice, because it wasn't like there was social media around, but they communicated how they felt about one another. It wasn't none of this gaming, oh, I'm not trying to be no simp type stuff. Nah, being able to identify those feelings and not resisting those feelings either, because I think that's where, that arrogance, the ego starts to come in and control how we truly feel about a situation. And honestly, when you let your ego take over, that's how you end up blocking your blessing. There is another video that I want to show you guys that can kind of piggyback off of that and go a little bit more in depth. So let's watch this next video.
Okay, you want to know something? This is how dumb you look every time you resist an emotion. It's raining and you don't have an umbrella, so you just put your hand up like this and it literally, you're resisting it, but it doesn't stop you from getting wet. It doesn't stop you from feeling the rain. Now the experience of being in the rain without doing this feels like this.
Why have I done this before? Comment down below. Have you ever done that before? You get out of your car, you're trying to make it into your building, and then you just, sis, what is this doing? What is this? Let's finish this video.
Feels like allowing. It just feels like, okay, I'm getting wet. This doesn't have to feel comfortable, right? This can still feel uncomfortable. I still feel cold. I still feel like, oh my gosh, I'm getting really wet. My hair sucks. And I don't know when it's going to stop. I literally don't know when this rain is going to stop. It could be in the next 5 minutes. It could be in the next day. It could be in the next week. But I know for a fact that this rain will end, just like every other seasonal change, just like every emotion, it's gonna end. I've been thinking about my negative emotions so much, like the rain recently, because I find myself constantly resisting them. I'm like, no, I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel that. And it's so futile. It's like, I'm still getting wet. I still feel sad, right? Even if I resist it, the emotion is still there. And so I guess I'm just really sharing this to get you guys to realize that no amount of trying to stop your emotion will stop it. Just like even an umbrella, it's you can put those guards up, but it doesn't stop raining. It stops raining when it stops raining. You can actually so lame. You literally can learn to dance in the rain instead of waiting for the storm to pass. You know what I mean?
She made a lot of good talking points. How do you guys feel about what she had to say? Do you understand what she meant when she said emotions will pass? Do you believe that? Comment down below and let me know. I think she's definitely onto something, but from a heterosexual woman, my point of view is this. I feel like a lot of men nowadays, they don't even really like women. I know we've all heard this talking point on social media, but I feel like there's a little truth to it, you know? Maybe obviously not for everybody because, you know, people aren't a monolith in themselves, but I think a good majority of the men really don't like women. I think they just like having pleasurable experiences with women, but when it comes to actually like liking, wanting to, you know, build connections, partnerships, I just don't see a lot of men putting forth the effort if that is something that they truly want. You feel me? I don't know. Like, tell me what y'all think. Comment down below. Now, there's another video. Let's check this one out together, okay?
I just want to put this funny little comment here as a segue, but it's completely unrelated to what I'm finna talk about in this video. But I'm here to settle the argument once and for all. Men are generally emotionally attracted to other men, but are sexually attracted to females, which is why men get into so many relationships with women that they don't care about, or will have a closer bond with their best male friends than the women in their lives, because men crave emotional intimacy and emotional validation from men. Quite frankly, men could not care less about the female gaze because most male standards that are implemented within society come from other men. And this is the problem when men implement toxic masculinity, because you are literally just praising male standards that are created by men, and then you want to use that as justification to argue with women and blame women for it when they literally weren't the ones that created these patriarchal gender roles.
Woo! You see what I mean? Like, points are made. Tell me he's not making sense and spitting facts right now. I'll wait. Listen, I'm gonna just let homie speak because I ain't even gotta say nothing. He perfectly articulated that to me, in my opinion.
Most of the women that I know like their men attractive and emotionally available. And one of the most attractive things that men can do is be comfortable within their sexuality and be able to express their femininity. Emotionally, men crave relationships from other men. The reason why I feel like we're not able to accept this as a society is because we believe that where you crave emotional intimacy from and where you crave sexual intimacy from have to be connected. Even though men are time and time again proving that sexual intimacy does not mean emotional connection within relationships, and they can have sex with multiple partners and feel no intimacy from them, which is typically why most women's intimate relationships with men come from men that they started off as best friends with, because these men did not sexualize these women in the beginning and treated them as a male friend. And that was one of the few ways that they were actually able to achieve a bond with a woman, because once again, men don't crave emotional intimacy from women. So I don't think that men are bisexual, but I do think that y'all are biromantic. And I think that y'all would be very happy living in domestic partnerships with men that had all the emotional intimacy but don't have any sexual element to them. Because truly what most men want is somebody who's going to hold them down and sit and listen to them talk about their problems, and someone that they can use for sexual intimacy and for pleasure. And men have already established that those don't have to be the same person, because most of y'all don't have intimate relationships with the women that you're having sex with. And this usually can be stemmed from an absent father or a toxic overbearing mother, which means that they either crave male validation or resent women because of being wounded by one so early on.
Whew, okay, Shorty had a lot to say. Okay, bars were dropped. Towards the end there, I was kind of thinking, like, if men have already decided that I don't need to be emotionally intimate with the person whom I make love to or have sex with, because let's be honest, a lot of these MFers ain't out here trying to make love, right? Is it that women should follow suit, or is that only further demoralizing and making it more difficult in the dating pool than it is now? Comment down below your thoughts on that, because I thought that was it's a little tricky. Okay, it's a little tricky because there is such a thing as platonic friendships, right? You don't have to be physically intimate with that person, but you are emotionally intimate. Do I believe that you can have both? I truly, honestly believe that. Yes, I do. I just think that the other person has to want it at the end of the day. Like, both parties have to be consenting in this. It's not gonna work if somebody's saying that they want to be, but their actions prove another way. Wait a minute. Did y'all read that? Where's the lie though? So we can sit here and do all types of crazy stuff, You know, you got people talking about gotta eat it like groceries. What Future said, put the thumb in there and all types of stuff, but we can't talk about our feelings though? Bruh, I know you lying. That is wild to me. I would rather take an L knowing that I was emotionally putting myself out there versus me walking away from a situation that I didn't do that in. I don't know if that's how you would feel, but that's how I'm giving it up out here. Like, I am pursuing any and everything moving forward that is worthy of my time, for one, and also that I feel like I want. Like, if I want it, I gotta go after it. Just like, you know, if you want that new job promotion or whatever, you're gonna have to go after it. It's the same thing. Oh, because you a tough guy, right? You ain't got no feelings? Boy, stop.
Stay super freaky, have great vagina. I love y'all.
Love you.
Hookup culture is a scam, and the women are being finessed. I made a video the other day saying how the world has conditioned women to thinking hookup culture is empowering. I wholeheartedly believe it was some dude who was in a group with his friends and was like, you know what? We're gonna make them think we hate this, that they're hooking up just like us and they're giving themselves up to us. Really think about it. A lot of women be getting into hookup culture because that's the closest you're gonna get to that man. That's the closest to affection and intimacy that you're gonna get with the guy you have your eyes on. But that's the closest you're gonna get to intimacy without actually trying to be vulnerable. And then our bodies, not theirs, not men's, our bodies are the one who release a hormone that make us attached to them. Even if that man means nothing to you, your body just released a hormone that makes you more attached to him. That don't happen to him, just us. Now, even if you don't have feelings for him, maybe now that dude has the capability to piss you off just a little easier than he was able to the day before. And there are so many women I've spoken to that are like, oh yeah, I could do it. I don't get attached. Yes, y'all do. Y'all do, we do, because I've done this too. There are women who are even more intentional about it. They're like, oh, if I start having sex with him, if I start hooking up with this dude, he's gonna start paying more attention to me. We have this bond, we just get each other. No, y'all don't. Y'all don't have that big of a bond, okay?
Because I feel like once, as a woman, once you present yourself to a man in that light, you know, like, oh, you're the fun girl, or oh, you know, this is just strictly sex, like, I'm not gonna get attached. Oh, a man, like, he'll hit, like, he definitely gonna smash, but he ain't taking you serious. He's taking you about as serious as you can take his stuff, his package, if you can read between the lines. It just does not benefit women. I know for myself personally, I am done with hookup culture. Thought that I was gonna be okay, and, you know, I'm just gonna dive right back into it. No. It's a scam. It needs to stop, honestly. We need a cultural saging at this point. I'm just saying.
I'm here to wake y'all up. Throwing off your pH balance, messing with these dudes. You are stressing yourself out. You are like losing your youth, giving this part of yourself to these dudes. It's not a win for us. It don't benefit us. You wanna hold power? View your body as a prize.
So yeah, she definitely made a lot of good talking points from my opinion, but I don't want to end this video out just being completely and totally biased. So let's take a look at one more video from kind of a different perspective.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy.
Feminist Moira Donegan has written, the problem was never that women found the sex too casual, but that they found it too unkind. And that, I think, is the issue. Women having sex with a lot of people is not inherently good or bad. It doesn't inherently benefit men or disadvantage women. It's just that the way that this culture perceives and practices casual sex tends to be sort of violent and unkind to women. So it's not the sex that's the problem. It's not the act of having sex that's the issue. It's the fact that we live in a culture where what men want sexually is trumped over what women want.
How do you guys feel about what she had to say? You already know how I feel, so comment down below your thoughts. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video and you like this switch up of content, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel if you are not already. Follow me on TikTok. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye.